Following on from Andy Elliott, you wanted more reactions, and we're here to give it to you. People have been messaging me, Jack. They've been saying, react to this guy, react to my boss, react to the size of my... And I was like, whoa. Let's slow that down. If you want me to react to something, there's only one guy I want next. One guy. And I'm going to do Hulk Hogan right now. I'm coming for you. I see you there. And I'm coming for you. Gary Vee.
Shit, man. Gary fucking Vee. So if you're listening to this, Gary Vee, you're about to really enjoy the next 20 minutes. That's what I'm going to say.
Now, we might agree with him more than we did with Andy Elliott. I've heard a lot about him. Gary Vaynerchuk of VaynerMedia. Mm-hmm. I get concerned when people's businesses are named after them, only because I think it could represent something. And I swear, if this is the same guy who says, I'm the most humble guy in the world, but his business is called VaynerMedia, if it's this guy I'm thinking of...
It could be that guy indeed. You know what? When I was doing a bit of preparation, I've been finding some clips for you, right? And I thought, I want good ones for you. I want to make sure I'm hitting you with the good stuff. But there are some bits that I agree with, so I think it will be interesting to see where the land lays, as they say. Are you ready for the first one?
Where the lamb lays.
The lamb don't be sleeping on this. Right. This one straight away, you're going to really like this. Well, the title is I Swallow Every Piece of Gum.
How many? 30,000 likes. Okay.
I don't even know how many views, but here we go.
I swallow every piece of gum. I've swallowed every piece of gum that I've ever chewed in my life. I don't think it's cool or anything. I don't think it's fucking amazing. It's just the truth. I think it's efficiency. I don't think I want to give up the 100th of a second putting in a napkin. Just swallow that shit. I swallow every...
What? Right. He wasn't lying, was he? When it was like, I swallow every piece of gum, and that's straight in. He's not a liar, this guy. That's what I'm saying. He gives what he says he is. He swallows every piece of gum for... See, this is a thing. You've got your hustle bros out there who are trying to be productive, like efficient, but they're not swallowing gum, are they?
No, and I don't think like the 100th of a second is going to really change anything. And also, like, there's lots of weird quirks that people have, and I often wonder, does social media make you feel like you have to share everything? Like, is it a slow news day today? And you're like, oh god, I think I might have shared everything. Well, what about the swallowing the chewing gum?
You do that thing. What are you doing? Looking around the room. Wrigley's. Yeah, let's go for it. Do you think? Obviously, that's at 30,000 likes, which is mental that so many people have liked that. But do you think that there are people that he inspires watching that, thinking, "Fuck it, I'm going to start doing that"?
And that's the issue, isn't it? That's the issue. Can you separate? Right. I'm trying to think that's the best word. Do you think everything needs to be ticked to become like Gary Vee? So do you also think like you need to be the same size as him, dress as him, be as ticklish as him in all the same areas that he's ticklish, and so like do you feel like you've got to be exactly carbon copy? And I wonder, those 30,000 people, are they thinking, he's so right, what can I do with that full second I get back after every 10 pieces of gum?
The 1 full second. We didn't do this on the Andy Elliott one, but should we have a little look at some of the comments?
Oh, let's have a look.
See some of the comments. The disabling of the dislike button has been the greatest thing for Gary. I hear you, Gary. I eat my ramen noodles dry out of the pack and snort the seasoning. Fuck waiting for water to boil when you're on the grind, baby. I feel for you, Gary Vee. I just eat other people's shit because who has time to digest food? That is good. Getting constipated must be hell for this guy. Very good. Wow. So I think a lot of people are probably like of the same train of thought.
I love this guy. He always reminds me that someone's dumber than me.
That is good. I swallow every piece of gum.
That's a good start. That was a good start. Right. What's the next one you got for me?
I think the title is How to Grow Your Sales in 2023. Obviously, we're a sales podcast. I've tried to go as sensible as possible.
Right.
So this is how to grow your sales in 2023. There actually
It's gonna
might
make
be
me
some
laugh.
good bits in it. No, I don't think it's as ridiculous, but I wanted to get us off with I wanted to hit the ground running, as they say.
I believe that $1 million of our revenue is because I personally am a New York Jets fan. The best way to
I remember why I put them in this order now. Let's just have that one more time.
I believe that $1 million of our revenue is because I personally am a New York Jets fan. The best way to
I reckon the reason that we're successful as a business is because I know every X Factor winner from 2003 onwards. What about you, Zach?
I just need to hear that explained. Let me hear that explained.
create demand in today's world is to create as much social media content as you humanly can around what you know. Don't fake it till you make it. Talk about what you know, how you know it, what you're seeing, and then bring your personal life into it, whether that's golf. Immediately, 4 people in the chat talked about my Aaron Rodgers t-shirt and my Jets fandom. I'm going to say this very clear. VaynerMedia, which is now probably like a $350 million a year revenue business. I believe that $1 million of our revenue is because I personally am a New York Jets fan. That there is a CMO marketer out there that feels a closeness to me because in both of our sadness of our Jets fandom and subconsciously she or he has given us business without even realizing it. And that's how the world actually works.
So a third of his revenue.
That made me feel like that was funny at the start, and then I started to feel a bit sad for him at the end.
A third of the revenue is because he supports a football team.
No, I don't think the New York Jets are a football team.
I think they are, mate.
I think they might be a baseball team.
Yeah, whatever. But what I was trying to say,
I might be wrong. I don't know.
No, they are baseball. They are baseball. What he's trying to say is people buy from people like them. That's what he's trying to say? Which is a sales quip. Yeah?
No, but but then you're going to argue the opposite point to this. I know exactly the point you're going to argue. You can't just say £1 million revenue. It's because someone unconsciously relates to me because I put so much content out there. They also have had to consume all my content and go down the rabbit hole. And through that, have found that I'm a New York Jets fan, also thought I'm a New York Jets fan, and then thought, well, tell you what, I've got £1 million worth of revenue here. Gary better have it. I just don't think that's how it works.
Do you think there are Jets fans out there that don't like him?
Yeah.
Or do you think all the Jets fans like him? And that's what's your lead magnet situation? It's just me holding a big foam finger saying "Go Jets." That's all I do. I wonder.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you got to get on with someone, does it? I mean, I don't know loads about like football fan stuff, but I reckon like if I got to a football match and they were like, I was like, sorry, I just brutally murdered my whole family. They wouldn't go like, never mind, mate. You're a fucking good lad. Let's watch the Tottenham game.
You don't know. The way Tottenham are playing this season, they might. It's weird though. The comments aren't that funny. All the comments for that one are like, "Let's go, New York Jets." So maybe we're the idiots.
There was another bit in that video that was bizarre as well, but I forgot what that was already.
Mate, don't worry. I've got about 30 videos.
All right, let's keep going. This is good. Oh, he's a bit more fascinating than I thought he was.
Oh, This next one's called a marketing degree in 12 seconds. Marketing degree in 12 seconds.
All right, what's this? This is going to be good.
You want to really believe in how marketing works? Make a great fucking video, target it properly, get hundreds of thousands of people to see quite a bit of it, and then remarket them for a call to action and watch how many convert. You'll believe in marketing for the rest of your life. You want to really believe.
That's not advice.
That's marketing.
That's not advice, though, is it? Do that one more time. I was waiting for the bit.
Really believe in how marketing works? Make a great fucking video, target it properly, get hundreds of thousands of people to see quite a bit of it, and then remarket them for a call to action and watch how many convert. You'll believe in marketing for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
right.
Cool.
You want to be a millionaire? Get £1 million in your bank, and then see what that feels like, and then call me back if you don't believe in
millionaires, and then you'll believe in it.
That is just. I don't understand that at all. I don't understand how that's that. I don't understand that you get on a big stage and be buzzing about that as a point as well.
And it's the boldness of the caption: a marketing degree in 12 seconds. That's not a marketing degree, is it? That's just explaining.
There was there was a lad in my form, right, at school.
Are you going to say his name? Because I went to the same school as you, so everybody else listening to this won't know.
Tom Poppleton.
Oh yeah, Tom Pop.
Yeah, Tom Poppleton.
Do you know what his Facebook profile picture is?
Is it him holding a fish?
Yeah, it is quite cool, actually.
So we used to have this class called citizenship. Yeah,
I know what you're going to say.
we used to have this class called citizenship, and it was like how to be a proper citizen. It was absolutely stupid class, and people would just take the piss the whole time. And then someone came, and he was like a really naughty lad. And someone came in and was talking about business and like business ideas, and it sort of like lit a bit of a fire under him. And he's like got his head down. He's actually doing work. He's not distracting anyone. He's like, I've got an absolutely sick idea. I've got such a good idea. He goes to the front, and they're like, right, Tom, let's say this idea that you've got. And he like proper, if anyone remembers Devo, he used to talk like Devo. And he looked down at his page like that, and he went, looking out. And he went, this is my idea. You can make money from selling things. That was his business idea. You can make money from selling things. That was it. And that's the equivalent of what we've just watched there. Only Gary Vee takes people's money for that sort of advice.
I'm not actually going to say anything nasty about Tom Poppleton though, because he was actually quite hard at school. So I reckon if I ever went back,
what's he going to do about that? What's he going to do if he does that? The man of steel.
Put your biceps on it. So yeah, so right. So what we gathered is that wasn't advice. That was just saying things.
That was really funny. That should be a game that you play on LinkedIn. How long can you go? Because obviously you go viral for posting the exact same thing constantly.
I don't know. And get the exact same hate messages.
But can you do like a month, or as long as you kind of actually giving no real advice? Like it doesn't actually make that much sense.
See if it does bits. Right, this one's got to be good. I'll show you exactly how to get business leads. Right, so for anybody that's trying to generate business, this one's going to be a belter.
Number one, you need to look at the companies that are located in a 20-mile radius where you live and find HR people or their CEOs on LinkedIn and send them messages. So if there's an office 3 minutes from you and you see Logitech, literally find them on LinkedIn and send them a message and say you're a new catering company in the area and would they like to talk. You also want to search your town on Instagram. So like I'm going to show you. I'm tired of people not doing stuff. What town are you in?
In San Jose.
Yep, San Jose. So literally I'm searching San Jose on Instagram, then I hit Reels, and now I'm looking at content from San Jose and I'm seeing people. I can click that content, get a sense of who that person is, and I see this guy. Ironically, he does food, and literally he has 178,000 followers, and I could message him and say, I'm a caterer in the area, or if I got a vegetable stand, do you want to do something together? So notice so far I have not talked to you about content. I've talked to you about messaging strategy, LinkedIn and Instagram, searching your town. After that, you need to make content that is just about what you sell and what you make. By the way, GaryVee.com/attention. I made a 47-page deck. It will show you how to do content in detail.
He uses his own billboard all the time, though, isn't it?
It's amazing that it's just all happening so unironically. That was one of those examples of there was something there that was actually that was actually quite good. The second part, I thought.
Yeah.
The first bit was not good.
It's just, I mean, if the advice is like just message people like in your area, well, of course if you're a caterer, right? I don't want to be a dick, Gary Vee, but if you're a caterer, I'm not going to message somebody that's not within my area because that's going to be shit, isn't it? When I get a bar mitzvah and I've got to travel to New Jersey and I go, I live in Manchester. It's going to be awful.
Oh, that was good. So the reason why the second bit resonated more is because he gave actual advice.
Tangible, something hard.
The first bit, message businesses on LinkedIn. You kind of sat there with your pen, message business on LinkedIn, and you're looking up, waiting for the bit, aren't you? Like that.
What's the message? What's the man?
Right, and then point two, and you're like, what do you mean point two? We're on point one, aren't we? You haven't told me anything.
Message him.
Point two around messaging. So this actually is not a bad idea. If you message someone who's like who complements what you do, and it's like, I've just started in the area. Do you want to do something together? I don't think that's a bad idea. We've done that loads, haven't we? Where you collaborated with people who you both solve a similar problem.
It's,
And I
it's
think
audience sharing 101. It's like,
Yeah.
let me collaborate with you because you've got an audience, I've got an audience, and we can bring them together. Obviously, his big thing, Gary Vee, is like share content. And like, that's good advice. But
do you mean share content like SHARE,
I don't mean like,
or do you mean
I'm not mean like share the singer.
CHER?
Share content. This is what schools are doing wrong, right? There's something that I like about this one.
I need to
And I
prepare
want to see if you
myself.
notice. No, it's not ridiculous, but it is good. This is what schools are doing wrong, right? You went to a school. I went to a school, the same school actually. This is what they're doing wrong.
Hey Siri, who's the 19th president of the United States?
Here's what I found on the web for who's the 19th.
The fact that I know that
United
Rutherford
States.
B. Hayes is the 19th president of the United States that quickly makes me laugh.
It doesn't even let Siri get a word in. Don't ask Siri a question and then not give her the opportunity to
It
answer.
also didn't answer.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That was really
See?
fucking...
Let's go.
Hey
was
Siri,
well
who's the
funny.
19th president of the United States?
Here's what I found on the web for who's the 19th.
The fact that I know that
United
Rutherford
States.
B. Hayes is
Have a
the
look.
19th president of the United States that quickly makes me laugh at every school in America that's making kids memorize the presidents of the United States. It's lazy. Every single piece of education in the world that sits with memorization should be eliminated because information is a commodity. It sits on your phone. Hey Siri, who's the 19th?
Right, we can't talk about memory like that, but let's just have a little look in the comments. According to Gary, our society doesn't need historians, scientists, mathematicians, linguists. Everyone should leave school, hustle, and aspire, become a crypto investor. Memorization is a valuable skill we should all develop and strengthen. Right, so that's what that was probably my argument. I'm like, I get what he's trying to say. Absolutely, we're definitely living in the world, but like, if you go to a pub
We're definitely
quiz,
living in the world.
we're definitely living in the
That
world.
was a bit of a
If you-
Gary Vee point, that.
we're definitely living. But if you go into like a pub quiz, you can't just like whip your phone out, can you? And be like, "Hey Siri."
No, and also like you don't get mixed up with memory and knowledge.
Yeah.
You don't get mixed up, do you? Like me being able to memorize something doesn't mean I know it.
No.
Do you know what I mean? And you can catch yourself out in doing that, as I've done many a time in my life during know-all phases that you have, where I've sprouted something out that I've memorized, and someone's known a bit more than me, and I'm like, oh yeah, what? Tell me about that then. Or like, ask me a question about it. You're like, oh, actually, that's sort of the end of it. I don't actually know any more than that.
No.
So it depends. If your job in life is to sort of memorize little tidbits and be able to relay them, then yeah, like just use your phone to search things you want to remember and just memorize them.
But it's always I don't think I don't think that a history lesson. I mean, we didn't grow up in America, but I don't think it is like, right, okay, today's lesson, we've got all of the presidents. You need to remember them. Okay, let's go through one by one. It's probably saying, this is the history, this is what happened, these are the ones that did this, which is probably like interesting for people that are aspiring historians or recruitment consultants or teachers or whatever.
Yeah, recruitment consultants.
That's what you can do. You got a history degree.
Right, mate.
Ready for another one?
Yeah, let's do another one. This has been. I mean, I need to get to know some of these guys a bit better. I didn't know this is the sort of stuff he puts out.
What do you think it was?
I thought it was like marketing.
Okay. This is the quickest way to make $100,000.
The quickest way.
The quickest way. But
Right,
I actually think you might like a bit of this.
What do you think right now is the fastest way to get to your first $100,000?
By not liking the word fast. I'm really scared of that word because I think fastest
I'm
leads us to
scared of it.
doing things we don't love. It leads us to doing things because we love the idea
So it's good.
of making
I'm into
money
it,
to
Gary.
do the
Yeah,
things
yeah.
we love.
Give me
To
some more.
actually answer you literally, the fastest way to get there is through self-awareness. If you're in love with snow globes, making $100,000 a year selling snow globes versus making $130,000 a year being a real estate agent, the path to that in the same 3-year window was extremely joyful in snow globe land and probably stressful in real estate land, but your friends told you that's the way you can make 100,000 because real estate is a really good business.
What do you think right now is the fastest?
There was
I
something
like
in
where he
that.
takes it.
Yeah, there was something in that was all right at the end there.
It's that bit, isn't it, of like, don't worry about the fastest. Like, what's the best way, or like the longer? Do you know what I mean? We know that good things take time. Doing things consistently.
It's
And I
not
reckon
very tidy, is it? It's like, you got a voice in your head. Everyone's got one, and probably as you get older, like the filter gets a little bit stronger. You don't just, but it's like if the voice in your head just thought every single thought you had was worth sharing, and was like, "This is a sick thought. Like, this people need to know this."
But
The
it's
fastest way to get there is what did he say? The fastest way to get there is to be self-aware. That's the fastest way to get there.
It's good advice, isn't it, Gary?
Right, so you're there with your pen again. Right, I'm self-aware, and you're looking up. Yeah?
Now what?
Now what?
Snow globes. $100,000 on snow globes.
His advice is like, right, to get fit, go to the gym. Yeah? Right. It's like it just ends there, doesn't it? It just stops at the first bit.
It could just be, but I imagine that like when he does like proper seminars, there's a bit more to it. Is it just that this is the clickbait and he knows that this is going to get the bit? How you can sell anything?
Right, this will be good. This will be good.
If you're not selling something you believe in, you're finished. The single reason I think I'm a great salesman, as somebody who hates to ask for a sale, is because I deeply believe in what I'm selling. Never say no for the other guy. It's the best thing I ever told AJ. Don't make a decision for the other side of the table of why they're gonna say no. Just do everything and then let them say yes to the thing that they like. When you pitch people, mix it up. Sometimes come in with lower price, sometimes come in with bravado, sometimes come in with humility. When you actually try to get to 97 people and you get 17 meetings, you actually get like 17 different moves. If you're like 99% of people and overthink everything and have one meeting a month and one at that, you don't get the chances to try the different shit that might actually unlock what the real answer was. Never sell the unsellable. The biggest mistake that people make in sales is they try to hang on to someone who was never going to buy in the first place. Move on. It's a game of numbers.
Oh my god.
Right.
Right, he fucks with you, doesn't he? Because there's bits in it that you like, you sort of come along with it, going like, yeah, all right.
Yeah,
he
come on,
bookended that one. He hit you with some all right. What was the start? Just do the start again.
Selling something you believe in, you're finished. This
I believe that.
single reason I think I'm a great salesman, as somebody who hates to ask for a sale, is because I deeply believe in what I'm selling.
Right.
Never say no.
And then he interrupts himself. Never say no.
The first bit, I mean, it's not going to be for everyone, that advice, but the first bit, like believing in what you do and thinking it's a good idea, is going to help you. It's not going to help everyone. It's not going to be important to everyone, but it's going to help you. And then this advice in the middle.
This advice translated is basically fucking pick a different system every single day of the week. And that is what is wrong with so many salespeople. They go, fuck it, I'm going to try Medic today, I'm going to try Challenger tomorrow, Gap tomorrow, go on a different call and try a different fucking... Do you know what I mean? I've got bravado today, now what? I've got humility tomorrow, don't worry about it.
That was so good.
For the other guy. It's the best thing I ever told AJ. Don't make a decision for the other side of the table of why they're going to say no. Just do everything.
I totally disagree with that.
Yeah, I know.
Don't make a decision for the other guy why you should say no. That's one of the reasons why people hate salespeople. Yeah, no, I don't really want to do it. It's like, well, you can do a discount. We can do this. Why don't we do like all those little horrible pressure sales tactics? That's advice that leads to. Definitely tell people they can say no all the time. Tell them the entire time they can say no.
Right.
What you should do is have such belief in what you do, like you said at the start, which doesn't make any sense. Such belief in what you do that some people will say yes and some people will say no, and it doesn't really matter because you're confident, like you said, you deeply believe that people will say yes.
What was he saying at the back end? That felt like something good as well.
The back end was like... what was the back end? The back end was quite odd as well.
He's got energy though. There's something about him. I think my lot say chutzpah.
Right, and I can't say what you just said there. I can't say you got a lot. There's something interesting there in what you just said around like the talking with the belief. Because I was listening to something the other day with, might have been like Douglas Murray or someone like that. It's something about conspiracy theories, particularly in America. The algorithm seems to like the person who delivers it the most confidently.
Yeah. That's it. Say things with boldness. I think we've spoke about this before, but say it with boldness and people will believe you. But that is quite damaging, isn't it? Because all of a sudden you've got people that have just got conviction that if I say this, then people will believe me. And that is how cults are made. That is how cults are formed.
Exactly.
We've got one more. The reason you're not able to sell. I hope he bollocks me.
Oh, this will be good.
I'm a big believer that the content should lead to another thing that brings value, and then you go in for the sale. Jab, 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 and then right hook. And most people with the first piece of content are going for the right hook, which is why they don't convert. Bring value, send them to something virtually or physically that also brings value, then ask for the business. And the longer you can hold your breath and bring value, the more likely you're going to close when you ask for the business. I'm a big believer that
What's your thoughts on jab, 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 hook?
I hate that. I actually hate that whole video. I hate it. And I'm going to give you some reasons why. The first thing that you said then about the fightiness, it's not you versus them, is it? You're not in a scrap. Jab, jab, right hook. And I also I think, right, me as a buyer, as an owner of a company, as a buyer, when people do that thing where they're like giving me value, like I'm giving you all this value up front, this stranger pops up out of nowhere and starts giving me all this like value up front, I know what's happening. I know exactly what's happening. I know that it's coming. I know the ask is coming. Money. I just don't get, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't ever see a scenario where someone's like, basically what we do, our sales strategy, I just give loads of stuff away for free, loads of my time, give loads of stuff away up front, and then I just ask for the business from there. I just don't agree. What I would
can I just butt in on that bit? Just
you can, mate.
Just because I think, and I don't know if this is what he means, but like I'm going to tell you where it's like give the value, right? I think when he was saying that, I was thinking about like Daniel Priestley, who we've had on the podcast. We like him, we respect him, and he is very much like, here's my books, here's my content, I'm doing my thing. I'm like running webinars, come along. And like, I'm actually not, that's marketing, isn't it? I'm just like, and that is value. Like, it's all there.
But that's not, you wouldn't say that's punch, right hook, would you? You'd say that's like passive. That's like, you can go and sit in the temple with the priest.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a slapping pizza dough softly. Do you know what I mean? You know, when you're trying to wake it up, when you put the yeast in and you're like trying to bring it back to life a bit. It's like a bongo. It's not jab, jab, jab. It's like, I'm playing the bongos in the temple. It's that kind of that's what I think. It's like if that is your that for 15, 20 years. So has Gary Vee. He's been doing it for so long that you can just give. But like at some point, and he's saying, right, we gave for years so that when Gary Vee goes and knocks on Coca-Cola's door, they want it. What people think is like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to knock on someone's door, give them value. Don't know what that value is. What is value? That's the thing. And then it kind of gets to a point where it's like, come on. Anyway, I interrupted you because I'm scum.
We're not a business that's the size of his, right? So what do we have to tell? But we've grown a business to £1 million, and we've not spent any money on marketing per se.
Don't call me that. I hate when you call me that.
But what we have done is put stuff out there that sort of tells the story. But the sell, when it gets to the sell, is a totally different game. So putting this podcast out, putting stuff out on LinkedIn, doing webinars, whatever it may be, all these different things are like, yeah, I'm with you. Like giving the value is one thing. But it gets to the sell when someone tries to book into my calendar, it's a totally different thing. It's like I'm actually trying to like push, I'm actually letting you know, like, do you definitely want to do this? Like, it's going to be time. It's going to be money. There's a risk it might not work. Like, I'm telling you all that stuff up front. People like him are just like, it's just that horrible content trap in it of like, oh, now I've got you. Like, I've caught myself a big one. The people who like jump up when they close the deal and like start fucking throwing shadow boxing combinations.
Jab. It's like, I've given.
I did see something from him the other day that
that's the thing, is it?
I saw. Sorry, mate. The reason I'm interrupting you is because there's a bit of a lag. I don't think I'm just constantly interrupting you.
No, it's absolutely fine. Go on. Sorry.
I saw something that he posted the other day that I actually did quite like. Someone was asking about like passive income or something, and he was just like, "Okay, the first thing to do is just forget passive income is even a thing. It's so stupid to even think that." And if you really need to think of 2 ways that you can passive income can work, put it in the S&P 500, and if you can afford to, buy yourself some property that gives you like a few percent every year as a bit of a yield. Those are really the only things that work. But the first thing is like, it's stupid to even think that's a thing, and you've been persuaded by idiots on TikTok.
Or the other advice is go and buy some Hot Wheels at a car boot sale and sell them, and you'll make millions. Right, I think the roast of Gary Vaynerchuk has been completed, Zach Thompson.
Thanks, Gary.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks for the good times. Thanks for the laughs.